Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into something pretty serious: Thailand's new measures against forged travel documents. It's a big deal, and, it's really important for all travelers to pay attention.
We're gonna cover the latest announcements, some recent incidents, and even touch on human trafficking advisories.
So, stick around, and let's get into it. First off, Thailand has recently rolled out some revised guidelines through their consulates, and honestly, it's about time.
You know, with the rise in travel, the last thing anyone needs is to deal with forged documents. The Thai authorities are emphasizing the importance of having authentic travel documentation.
It's, crucial not just for crossing borders, but for keeping everyone safe. Now, let's break down the announcement a bit. The Thai Consulates are really cracking down. They've set clear requirements for what counts as authentic documentation.
And, if you're caught submitting forged documents, the consequences can be pretty severe. We're talking about hefty fines or even jail time. So, for anyone planning a trip to Thailand, it's just not worth the risk.
Speaking of risks, let's talk about some recent incidents. Back in October, there was this alarming situation at Karachis Jinnah International Airport.
Two individuals, Nazar Abbas and Salma, were arrested for trying to use counterfeit documents. I mean, can you imagine the stress of that moment? It must have been terrifying for them.
The types of documents they used were, sophisticated forgeries that could easily slip through the cracks if not for the vigilant authorities. It's a stark reminder of how serious this issue is.
And while we're on the topic of safety, the FIA has also issued a travel advisory focusing on human trafficking. It's heartbreaking to think about, but they're specifically monitoring certain demographics and travel routes.
Some countries have been identified as transit hubs for trafficking, and that's just, a heavy reality we need to acknowledge. It's so important for travelers to be aware of these risks not just for themselves, but for the sake of others too.
Let's move on to the monitoring measures that have been put in place. There are enhanced protocols now that affect various airlines and even specific age groups of passengers.
Certain cities and regions are under increased scrutiny, which, makes sense given the current climate. It's like a wake-up call for all of us to ensure that we're traveling responsibly and ethically.
So, as we wrap this up, I really want to emphasize the importance of compliance with travel regulations. It can feel overwhelming, but ensuring that your documentation is authentic is a small step you can take to contribute to a safer travel environment. We need to take personal responsibility, all right? And, if you're planning a trip, please double-check your documents. It's so worth it to avoid any unnecessary drama at the airport. We all want our adventures to be fun and stress-free. So take a moment to reflect on your own travel habits. What can you do better? Before I go, I just want to say thank you for being part of this conversation. It's not always easy to talk about these heavy topics, but it's important.
And remember, there's always a silver lining. Maybe this situation reminds us to appreciate the authenticity in our lives and the importance of integrity.
If you found this information helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe for more updates, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. What do you think about these travel measures? Let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for tuning in, and take care out there.